As far as the wildfire risk, there's just going to be elevated risk, and it's going to depend on how the spring precipitation season plays out. And then, it's a little bit of a wild card. So we'll just have a drier than normal landscape, and, the risk will just be there. But we do not know at this point exactly, if this is going to be worse than normal. The risk will be there. So people who typically live in like Portland or Eugene or stuff aren't necessarily aware of, stream flows out in the Cascades and things like that. But we look at those very closely, and it could be a bit strange to, feel like it's been raining forever for 3 weeks, and, there's ground's muddy and everything like that. But, that's just the very surface soil, and that does not really indicate necessarily the condition of the moisture in the rest of the landscape.
Similarly, for Eastern Washington, we look at all that same stuff too. And prior to kind of the faucet being shut off in early January, we had been making improvements and had been seeing improvements for Washington State, but that's just completely stalled since there's been a lack of precipitation. And then one last thing is that the deficits are just so big, and it was over, a 6-month time period, that you can't just make that up with a couple rain events.
From Idaho, that especially in southern Idaho, when we're looking at drought, we're looking at, are we going to have normal snowpack on April 1st? And a normal snowpack on April 1st is great if you have, no precipitation deficit from the year before. But when you have a 12-month precipitation deficit and then you're coming to April 1st, you need more than that to recover from drought. And so, yeah, these time scales we're looking at are, for this drought are, stretching back at least 12 months, in some cases longer.
It's not like people can't flush their toilet or go, weeks without showers or something like that. It's, it's more the less populated, but obviously larger areas in the Pacific Northwest that are really in trouble here. And so it's one size does not fit all.